We got the first replay submitted by Gul'dan. One of my favorite and most played heroes. Good start. We got the little dance going, but the team didn't dance with him, so I don't know if he gets any bonus points for that. We got a little... two of them. Two dances. I personally usually go for 3, but 2 is an acceptable amount. And we got our first mistake. This positioning right here. He basically trapped himself just to get extra damage off. He was trying to position himself to throw Qs at the enemy team. It makes sense, except his team right now is going to body block him. And if a Nubrak right here decides to engage on him and knock him up, he's going to put himself and his team in a bad spot. That choke is better avoided at all costs. And there's the knockup and the trap. I could have gone a lot worse, but that choke just has to be avoided. There's no benefit to it. You could have easily just thrown Qs off the side. Should have life tapped first here before draining. He has a little bit low on mana, especially with Lucio as a healer. You basically get free healing standing next to him. So you want to life tap as much as you can without hurting your health bar too much. Just always try to keep your mana above 70% with a Lucio. He'll heal you right up. These small distances really are better off mounted than walking. If the enemy team decides to do a weird engage, the extra mount speed is going to be a big deal. Might not seem like much, but it's a bad habit to learn. Now, that was weird. The little steps he took right there walking, he didn't auto-attack or anything. Instead, he tried to what looked like body block Falstad. There was a lot of lost DPS because of that. Don't be afraid to auto-attack if you're in range on a mage. As long as it doesn't put you in harm's way, it's extra DPS. Gotta life tap a bit more with a Lucio. Gul'dan's playstyle, how aggressive he is with life tap, changes based on who your healers are. With somebody like Lucio who gives you free healing, don't be afraid to life tap. You're actually better off breaking that wall with your Q than Drain. Drain's only going to kill one of the minions at best, and you're still going to be tracked. With Q, you could get nice, juicy 3-4 minions killed with 2 Qs, and you'll be out. Since it looks like he's going Q build, one single Q would pop that wall once he hits about level 7. This is a really common mistake right now. So he's by himself trying to get Soak, because his team hasn't rotated yet, but you really need to wait for your team. He put himself in harm's way and his team by going out by himself, because this 4-man rotation is still in mid. So right now, if the enemy team... well, he doesn't have vision of these 2. 3, actually. Right now, if the enemy team was in this spot, waiting for him, they would have easily engaged on him and just killed him. You have to stay with the 4-man in the rotation. You didn't get any extra minions that they were going to miss from it, because the waves would have just crashed into each other and stalled it out. Nothing bad happened this time, but it looks like they did try to engage on his team. Just rule of thumb on this map, stay with the 4-man. Do not try to be the first one to rotate. Stay with them. You're putting yourself and them in harm's way. Well, he started mounting up there, that's better. This is kind of nitpicking, but it's a big deal versus certain matchups. In this one, it doesn't matter much because Falstad doesn't have 7 yet. But standing inside your minion wave is generally a bad idea unless you're trying to avoid skill shots, such as Muradin's Stormbolt. This Q. Because you're giving the enemy team extra values on their skill shots. Instead of having to choose between harassing you with Boomerang, you could just throw a Boomerang at the minion wave, kill the minion wave, and still harass you. Don't stand in minion waves if you don't have to. Only unless you absolutely have to. What he's doing right now is fine. He doesn't even need the ETC here. Godin's picked on Blackheart's bait to match Zul's solo potential. He's one of the few characters that could solo 2 lanes just fine without losing any health or mana. So for now, this is okay. Since this team has vision of them in bottom, it's alright to take that dangerous pathing through the turn-in spot. Because, again, should not be solo. Right now, this solo positioning is really dangerous. You really have to stay with the 4-man. He could collapse either on mid lane or on him. It's just putting yourself in harm's way. You have to stay with the 4-man rotation. There's a few exceptions to it if you're soloing both lanes for whatever reason. But if your team is clearing out mid and you're top, don't be top. That went fine right now because Falstad's not 10, he doesn't have Gust yet. But that could have been easily a fly Gust team wipe in mid. And after seeing it done that many times, I'm pretty sure it's going to repeat post level 10. Walking off by yourself. Someone got left behind. Vala. Again, being the first one to go clear. Gotta stay with the team. Vala almost died because you were in such a hurry. This is a really dangerous spot to drain. You really got to drain behind that wall. You would have been in the range over the wall anyway. It's just that you wouldn't pincer yourself. Again, going off by yourself, putting yourself in harm's way. He should have been dead right here. But luckily, Anubrak missed his knockup. Can't go off by yourself like that. Have to stay with the 4-man. This is key. This is one of the most important things on this map, and it's been a problem the entire game so far. Where's the fear? Where's the fear? He probably could have gotten one more kill there with that fear. But I can understand the hesitation. It was a bit tricky to range. There was no reason to drain right there. His health bar was full. He didn't life tap before the drain. Drain lowers your DPS. It's fine to use drain as a filter. Q, drain, cancel, drain, Q. But don't drain full duration while your health bar's full. It's silly. Again, that walk right there really should be mounted. It's a bad habit. The extra move speed from a mount is life-saving. I know he wasn't in any harm's way that time, but it's just a bad habit. A bit too far in the front. You should never be in front of your tank like that. Fear is up. It looks like he missed the potential kill by hesitating on the ult. Let's see. Alright, it's in 3 seconds. He can't save his team with the fear. It wasn't on off cooldown, that's for sure. But I think he could have had the kill in Falstad. Yeah, right here. Right here. So, he's pretty close range. If he pops a fear right here, it'll push Falstad and Nazebo into his fort. And he'll take fort aggro. Right now, Falstad's health is what, about 450? No, that's 1,000. I didn't see the low bar. But still, it's within range that the fort shot plus the E and the Q should kill him. So that's a missed potential kill. Oh, even further with that Q landed. Now that help bar is crazy low. Again, Fear's off cooldown. That could have been a kill right there. Just hesitating to use your ult. Looks like this game is a classic case of Falstad. A lot of Falstad's power is on his Gust. That determines whether or not he's worth picking. And this Falstad has not been utilizing his Gust at all. At least not properly. Now, I don't understand this. I never understood why people do that. So they got the boss. But rather than pushing with the boss, they just had a person turn in. What's the point in getting the boss if you're not going to push with it? The enemy team is just going to kill it instantly. It doesn't do anything. You're just wasting the boss. The boss should be a trade-in. You either trade it in for a turn-in, you get a boss and a turn, or you push with the boss. Sometimes the boss fight is all you need, even on top of that. But in this case, they just used it like a normal merc camp, and that's it. Completely wasted free boss. That was a good drain cancel right there. He's not life tapping enough. You want to life tap as soon as you need it, especially with a Lucio next to you. Right now, this should have been another life tap. Lucio's running heal on right now. It would have been free mana. You don't want to pop life tap consecutively too often. Otherwise, you're cutting away your own life and putting yourself in danger. It's a bad habit that's been done too many times. Right-ish. Yeah, there you go. That's a good life tap. See, and right just like that, Lucio heals it off like nothing happened. But at Lucio, you really got to be aggressive with those life taps. Now, Malfurion, Lucio, and Medic are the three healers you be as aggressive as you can with those life taps. Even if it's not a full value life tap, even if you're getting back 18% of your mana. As long as no one's in harm's way when you do it, your team's not in a team fight and Lucio's next to you, you'll heal it back for free and you'll constantly stay at full mana rather than having to life tap in the middle of a team fight. Put yourself in harm's way. This is a bit too close. You never want to be that close to the enemy team. I mean, it worked out, but that could have been easily punished. Now, I don't know if this is a replay thing or not, but I haven't seen any ult cooldowns being pinged. Big ultimates such as Mosh Pit and Tome and Horrify really needs to be pinged, so your team knows that you have a potential play up. Even though you could see it up here, not everyone looks up here. You really should be pinging those ults. In this case, Horrify. Horrify and a power slide. Pretty much all you need. That should be a guaranteed kill. Unfortunately, this seems to be a very one-sided match. So the positioning mistakes aren't as obvious because they're not being punished. But you still don't want to get in the habit of doing them. Like, you don't want to put yourself out of position like that. Again, out of position. You can't be in front of the tank. Looks like the enemy team tried to punish for it, but Really should have been dead for being that far out of position. You never want to be in front of your tanks. That's the big rule of thumb. Stay with the 4-man, don't be in front of your tank. And mount up. With Gust on cooldown, this should be a free boss. And probably game. Do they actually have enough? That's what it comes down to. Otherwise, it's a wasted boss if they don't have enough for the tournament. Because you're basically letting the enemy team take down a chunk of that boss's health bar for free. So basically, they let the enemy team kill that boss for free. Just to turn in whatever coins they had. Oh, gems. You really had to push that boss. With that level 20 advantage, boss on the keep, that could have been game. And then they could have turned in if things went bad. Really shouldn't let Falstad just hammer into your team with 3 dead. There's no reason to rush that core. You could just kill Falstad, then kill the core. Instead of letting him just kill half your team. Well, that's game.